What's up, keto people? Today I'm going to be making keto barbecue sauce. It's my own little recipe that I invented just this morning after I really started thinking about G. Hugh's barbecue sauce and how it does have some cornstarch in it. And that's just really not good for strict keto people who like to pay attention to ingredients. So I went ahead and made a batch of my own, and it is spectacular. It's a sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. You can make it a little less spicy with a little less stuff. Anyway, if you want to see how to do it, here it is. Okay guys, we're going to start with a half a cup of crushed tomatoes, whatever brand you get. This is just what I've had for like the past 6 months because I haven't touched it. So a half a cup in here. This only makes about 10 tablespoons, so you might need to double up the recipe. I was just kind of testing, so I'm just going to go with what my measurements are. And then in this glass, I have a tablespoon of the no sugar ketchup. Be mindful, it does have sucralose in it. It doesn't bother me, but it might bother some people. I have a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and a tablespoon of regular white vinegar. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in here. I also have it on a low heat because it will spit. And I'm wearing a white shirt. And plus, it only needs to simmer for about 7 minutes maybe. Okay, and then in this little bowl here, I have a tablespoon of this Sukrin Gold brown sugar substitute. If you don't have that, try a brown sugar substitute. I haven't tried it with Swerve, but more than likely it would still be good with Swerve. And then I have a teaspoon, of pink salt, a teaspoon of paprika, and then a half a teaspoon of pepper, and then a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder and onion powder. And then finally I have an 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground mustard. And then I added, because this is a sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, so I added a dash, and what I'm going to say is about like an 1/8 of a teaspoon of this. Gives it a nice little kick, but if you want to omit that, omit it. It's just fine. I'm going to add all this in here. And then also what I did, because I know whenever it's simmering, it's going to thicken up a little bit, because it is, if you see here, it's a thick sauce. So good. I imagine this on meatballs, y'all. Get to making some meatballs and put this in it. Super good. Make sure that light is on. Okay. And then, so what I do is I do about 1/4 cup of water, just so whenever it's simmering and getting all the juices combined, all the spices combined rather, and then I'm gonna let it sit for about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, it's been about 7 minutes, so I'll bring you over here. I mean, look at that. Oh, now you can. It is so good. Let me go ahead and stir. So this one has a little bit of a more of a liquidy consistency because I added a little bit of the extra vinegar to the one that I had previously, plus the other one previously sat for a little bit, so it'll probably thicken up. Either way, this is so tasty. If you want to double the recipe, it'll probably take about 10 to 15 minutes for it to, just combine. So anyway, that's all I have for the keto barbecue sauce. Here are the macros. That's per tablespoon, and I'm going to say there's a little bit of a leeway in there because if you want to add or subtract, then those numbers will probably vary just slightly, but we're going with this for now. So anyway, that's all the time I have. Of course, I have some baby back ribs, so I'm going to go ahead and do a video on that next and see how that goes. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more.